Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about some tips and tricks from mistakes that I have made in the first time playing this game. I've been playing for a few months now. I'm going to show you a little bit of my resume. These are I call them vehicles, aircraft. My favorite would be the Tomcat. My second favorite would be the Frogfoot. The F-14 is the Tomcat, and the Su-25. If you play the game and you're not brand new, you know the Su-25. It's my favorite. It's really easy to fly, and you can have a low level and crush higher level aircraft. Doesn't maneuver well, but it's such a strong vehicle. So some of the mistakes I've made is, if you look at your hangar, you'll see that my early aircraft, my F5, I spent all my silver and my aircraft parts upgrading this F5 to 11 for no reason. The number one trick you want to do, which you'll see now, which I learned in the last couple weeks, my JA37 here, look at this, 689, that's my JA37. Let's select this. If you look at the middle there, 689 trophy, level 7. Now let's go back to my hangar and let's pick a higher level aircraft here. Let's go with one of the early mistakes. Now look, 702 on the J35. 702 and level 13. I had put it at such a high level early. And the reason for this, you want to keep your aircraft below level 7, because if you look, I'm waiting and waiting and waiting for the blueprint for the Frogfoot here. I have no blueprint. But if you look at all my early aircraft, I have the blueprint for every one. The F5 Tiger, the F100, the A6. These are the first three. The MiG-21. Now this blueprint is very good. The MiG-21, super afterburner, very good blueprint. I'm waiting for the upgrades on that. The J35, this blueprint is also good. I'll go over some of the bad ones. But if you keep all your aircraft at level 7, you'll get the blueprint for the one you want. Just put it to level 8. So let's say all my aircraft were at level 7, and for example, I waited for the F-14 Tomcat blueprint for a month. But if I keep all my aircraft at level 7, then I can get the blueprints I want. Because if I put an aircraft, you won't get a blueprint until level 8. So if all your aircrafts are level 7, and you have the Frogfoot at level 8, the first blueprint drop will be for the Frogfoot. So then the next blueprint I wanted was the F-14. That would have been the second blueprint, which I got that one, but then I moved the F-14 to level 8. The next blueprint that drops will be for the F-14 Tomcat, and so on and so on. I would say a couple blueprints that are a waste of time. Let's say this blueprint, this nuclear launch, sounds cool, but I would say this is probably the worst aircraft in the game. It dies so easy. If you like a challenge, yes, take it, but if you're a new player, wait on this one. I chased this for the nuclear strike, but the problem is if you die, it resets, and the aim, you have to be directly in front or directly behind. And I find that a lot of times it's a suicide kill to use it, unless you're directly behind somebody. But if you fire it and they turn, it misses. So I've also fired it with 3 guys right next to each other and only killed 1. So if you're chasing that, I would say wait on this aircraft, the Delta Dart, the F-106. That should be the last aircraft. If I had to start over, that would be the last aircraft in the game I would buy. Every other aircraft is pretty good. So far, that would be the only one. Now, one of the other blueprints that is a waste of time is this one here, the brace for impact. Now, I didn't use it too often. If you get the blueprint early when you're learning how to fly the jet, maybe it's a lot better. But if your aircraft is at level 8, 650 trophies, you see I got this thing right at 650 and I'm leaving it there because the blueprint didn't really seem to help the aircraft. So that would be the second blueprint that I would say maybe wait on till you get the other ones first. Like another example here, see the S22? Let's select it. Oh, I apologize. Let's select the F22 here. So 319 trophies. I am waiting for the blueprint for the the S22, the rear cannon blueprint, before I bring this aircraft up. Yes, it's a very fun aircraft to fly. It just seems I get killed from behind so easily, so often. So with them rear guns, I'm going to wait till I get the blueprint before I move this aircraft up in trophies. Now, another tip that I didn't learn till late. I hated this aircraft, the A6 Intruder. I thought this aircraft was so stupid until I learned a couple things. The blueprint is awesome because not only does it help you, it helps your entire teammates next to you. In an area, it'll block the radar, meaning it becomes a gunfight. The second thing, if you can learn how to fire rockets and your guns at the same time, you'll kill them quicker. So if you're right in front of them and you're using a controller, hold A and B at the same time and you'll fire rockets. I'm saying rockets. Yes, rockets. Keep saying. So you'll fire rockets and guns at the same time. And the same thing if you're behind them. It'll kill them twice as quickly. So this aircraft, you want to hang out in the air because you will run out of guns and rockets. It's not like you have unlimited guns. If you look here, you'll see you have 1,000 rounds. So what you want to do is you want to try to hang out near an ammo refill and fight there. Especially if you're in a party, tell your teammates to hang out, because once you have the blueprint, if you can hang out near an ammo refill, you can get a couple kills and refill. It is very slow, and doesn't maneuver as well as I would like, but it's strong. It takes a lot of hits to kill it. So what I noticed with that thing is if I'm going head on with somebody's coming straight at me, you're not evading them. The best thing to do is hit the brakes. Let's say they're 2 kilometers out. Hit the brakes and start firing your guns and rockets at the same time. And you might kill them before they kill you, because it's going to take 2 or 3 missiles for them to kill you. Now, when I say hit the brakes, that's so you can get enough time to kill them. And you're either going to sacrifice yourself and kill them at the same time, or you take 2 hits, you get the kill, and you can escape and repair your health or your armor. You can repair that and refill. That's what I've noticed with that. Getting behind somebody, you're not going to catch up to them. So you have to kind of go a little bit low or a little bit high and shoot up on them or shoot down. You're not going to dogfight with this aircraft. Your dogfighting aircrafts are going to be your F5, your F100. Now let's talk about probably one of my favorite aircraft in the game. And I'm going to show you the reasons. Once I got the blueprint, super afterburner, that thing is awesome. But if you go to the missiles, the lock time is 0.8 seconds. So basically, you're firing 2 or 3 missiles before they fire one. So if you get caught out in the open, you can fire 2 missiles at the rate of them firing 1. So let's say your death is imminent, you can just unload your missiles on them and trade a death for a kill, which is what I always try to do. If I'm flying and I don't think I can outrun somebody or outmaneuver them, if I'm heading straight for them and they're coming straight for me, with most aircraft I will go for the kill sacrifice, and sometimes you escape. I seem to sacrifice, get the kill, and escape more than I just straight up die. For example, heading straight, now this strategy you do not want to do with any aircraft except the Frogfoot, the S-25, because you are not going to kill the S-25 head on in any aircraft except maybe the A6 or another Su-25. Now let's talk about one of my, if you're a guns player, one of my favorite aircraft in this game is the J37, and I'm going to explain why. This J37, 1.8 kilometers on the guns. Now, you're going to notice I didn't like this aircraft when I first started using it because the guns just took forever to get the kill. But when you look 1.8 kilometers, 2 kilometers away, you're basically fighting from long distance with guns. Not only that, a good spread of missiles with long range. So what you do with this aircraft is you fire your guns, hold A down if you're using a controller, and then fire a missile at the same time. So let's say you get behind them, you can either fire one missile, use your guns, and the missile will soften them up and the guns will finish them off, or you can start using your guns, get them about halfway, then fire a missile, and if you're on a player, if you're on that player, you can fire a missile and pull off of that player and jump on another player that's maybe trying to escape or moving away from you, because as soon as you fire that missile, you can pull off, because most likely that missile is going to hit. If you stay chasing them, you might end up dying, because that gives a chance for somebody to get behind you. So you get them down to 20% or 10% health, you fire your missile and you pull off, especially if they've already flared. So just a little bit of tips and tricks on aircraft. Now, the next tip that I want to give you is, remember how earlier I was saying I took my F5 to level 11, I took my F100 to level 9, I took my A6 to level 9. If you see, my MiG-21 here is 16. Now, my J37 I took to level 12 or 13, my MiG I took to level 19. You want to save it, keep all these aircraft at level 7, maybe level 8, and get one aircraft to level 16. If you look here, I moved this aircraft to level 16. The reason for, you're not going to collect mod materials. You see I have 770 up here, if you look to the top, and plus also, if you go back and look, I'm collecting blueprints, for mod print blueprints now when I'm not even using them. So you see all these I've collected in just 1 week. So when it comes time, when when my aircraft start getting up to level 16 and 17, my mod tokens and my mod blueprints, mod materials, modification we call it, MOD, are going to be a lot higher. For example, I might have 4,000 or 5,000 mod materials, and I might have 25 or 30 of each. Sorry, I keep hitting the wrong button here. I might have 25 or 30 of each of these abilities here, because again, 1 week I started collecting these items, and I'm not ready to play. Let's go back to our hangar. If you look, most of my aircraft are 9, 13, 12, 9, 8, 8, 12. If you look at all these 8s, these are all the newer aircraft where I brought them up to 650 trophies. and then with level 7, and then I moved the aircraft. Once I got to 650 trophies, I moved my aircraft up to level 8. If you look, 650 trophies, I moved my aircraft up to level 8 to get the blueprint. Now my J37 here, I'm at 639 trophies, 689 trophies, I apologize. Now I don't really want the rapid fuel blueprint yet for this aircraft because I want the SU-22 blueprint, and I want another blueprint, which SU-22 blueprint, I'm sorry, yes, the SU-22 blueprint and the SU-25 blueprint are the two I am waiting for. So these are the blueprints I'm waiting for, so I'm keeping all my other aircraft at level 7. That should be your goal. Keep your aircraft at level 7 until you hit 650, 700 trophies, maybe 600. Or you bring one aircraft to level 8 and you want to get the blueprint for it. Then, once you get it to level 8, work on getting one aircraft, whatever your favorite aircraft or the one you use the most, up to level 16, which is going to cost a lot to do that. Get that thing up to level 16, and that way you can start collecting modification tokens and modification blueprints and materials. So let's say maybe it's 2 or 3 months before I am ready to start playing with level 16 aircrafts, because I'm going to keep unlocking new aircraft. And since I've learned this strategy, for example, once all my aircraft are at level 7 and I max out the trophies, like my J10 Firebird here is the one I'm working on now, and you see 444 trophies. So once this aircraft gets up to 700 trophies, I'll purchase or unlock another aircraft, and then I can work on that aircraft. So that is the number one thing I would say to do in this game, is keep your aircraft levels below 7 until your trophy count gets high. To recap, when you're ready for a blueprint for that aircraft, move that one to 8 and forget about it, or keep playing it, and work, once you get the blueprint for one of those aircraft, work on that aircraft all the way up to level 16 and let it sit. The difference between a level 7 aircraft and a level 8 aircraft is matching, but the difference between a level 8 and the level 12 aircraft is the same. So you're going to work on moving your aircraft to level 8, 9, 10, 11. You're still going to be matching against guys between 8 and 12. So it doesn't really make a difference to upgrade an aircraft 1 or 2 levels. You're just going to match against better players. Or, I apologize, you're going to match against people with the same or better aircraft, versus if you're a really good player and you have a lower level aircraft, you're going to have easier matches. Now, if you really like a challenge, go ahead and move them all up. But again, like I said, I want to collect modification materials for the next couple months. So when I'm ready to start doing mods on my aircraft, I'll have a bunch of them and I won't be chasing them. Now, if you don't have a problem spending a few dollars, the flight pass. Buy the flight pass no matter what you do if you can. The reason being, look at all these extra rewards. It's almost like you're getting a free aircraft, because if you come here to level 20, you're getting 80 aircraft credits. Now, if you're new to the game, aircraft credits are very, very difficult and take a long time to earn the higher you get. If you look here at XP, it takes 2150 XP at level 70 to earn 10 aircraft credits. So at my height of level, if I'm an average amount of time player, let's say I play 1 to 2 hours a day, it's going to take you 1 to 2 weeks to get enough aircraft credits to buy a jet. If you're winning all your XP bonuses in the beginning of the matches. I'm sorry, when I say 1 to 2 weeks, I apologize. It's going to take you two to 3 weeks to a month playing 1 to 2 hours a day. If you play 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day, it's going to take you a week, maybe 2 weeks, depending. If you're playing 8 hours a day, it's going to take you a week to get enough aircraft credits. Basically, at this level, playing 8 hours a day, I get 10 aircraft credits per day. So about a week and a half to get enough aircraft credits. I just purchased my aircraft credits. So again, you're going to get aircraft credits quickly in the beginning, but once you get up to the level I am, which if you look here, about 11,000 trophies. Yeah, I'm almost at 11,000. Again, I've only been playing 2 months. My trick is I've unlocked a lot of aircraft on my own. So some of the tips and tricks to learn to do in this game. Now, if you're a money spender, I'm going to make another video on how you can get the most for your money. And you can go ahead and look, it'll be the very next video after this one. So I hope this helps everybody. Thanks for watching, and if you liked the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much.